Hello, Bizarre Story friends. You've tuned into the Bizarre AF, where we talk about the strange, the absurd, the unknown, and things that are bizarre AF. I'm Kevin. I'm going to be your host for today's episode, and as always, we ask that you keep an open mind, keep a skeptical ear, but keep listening to the facts as we take you on our newest journey, VooDoo, the truth behind the sinister narrative. Hello, my Bizarre Story friends, and my co-hostess with the mostest, Alicia. How are you, girl?
Ooh, I'm good. I'm so good. I think that we're doing a little bit of voodoo over here because
Voodoo magic cocktail.
Voodoo magic cocktail. Because I'm like, ooh, how did that happen? I didn't see
Just
that.
magically appeared in front of you.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my god.
voodoo.
I love this life. I love this life I'm living.
Hashtag truth.
Hashtag my truth. This is my truth.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Alicia,
Yes, sir.
what do you think of when I say the word voodoo?
Okay, can I tell you like the first thing I think of?
Yes, I want to know.
So the very first thing I think of is voodoo. You do? Hoodoo? You do? Voodoo?
Good God, girl, you gotta get right.
Yeah. Good God, girl, get a grip. Like, honestly, that's what I think of. Like, in my head, that's what I say. Every time you say voodoo, that is what I'm saying.
That's hilarious.
That's the inner
What
monologue.
is that?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's probably like something like there was in a cartoon in the 90s or something. I have no idea.
Okay.
But that's the first thing I think of. The second thing I think
The
of.
voodoo that you do so well.
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be something. But
Yeah.
then I think of like, I don't know, more like I think magic and like the South or like New Orleans.
Okay.
And it wasn't like, I don't know, like Haiti.
Yeah.
something.
Okay. But what else? What else? The images conjure. What images conjure in your mind when you hear the word voodoo?
The Princess and the Frog.
What is wrong with you? What?
Dude, honestly, like really. Okay, well, have you seen The Princess and the Frog? The Disney movie?
No.
Okay, it's cute. It's really cute. It's worth it.
Does
You
it
would
have,
like the music.
Voodoo.
There's
in
some
it?
voodoo. I believe there's some voodoo in it.
Okay, so let me ask you this: What is the voodoo in the Hollywood picture? What is the voodoo?
Well, it's like there's like skulls and like like animal like bones and I always think like but like a like what is wrong with me? But I think of like a plume of smoke or something, like mysterious, like mysterious. And I always think of the color purple.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that?
No,
I'm
semi-tracking.
Kevin's like, Alicia, I'm on for the ride. The cuckoo ride. Where are we going? Cuckoo town.
Cuckoo voodoo.
Yeah. You do hoodoo? Every time. Just remember, that is what I'm thinking in my head.
Okay. That will not leave my brain.
Please tell me about voodoo.
Yeah, well, so...
Am I on the right track?
Well...
The answer is no, Alicia.
The answer is you did not say what I thought you were going to say. Let me just say that.
I totally
Because my next sentence was, well, you're not alone.
Shut up.
Yes. But you ruined it.
I am alone. I'm all alone, Kevin. Thanks. I'm literally crying right now.
Well, let me tell you what I thought you were going to say, like a normal person.
Please do.
I thought you were gonna say like sacrifices and blood and like, like tribal, like
like beats,
like
drums and
spirits and drums and like goats and spells, and that's what I thought you were gonna say.
Maybe my idea is more accurate.
Well, clearly. Okay. Well, so Alicia, you're not alone. In fact, everyone thinks of voodoo that way.
I'm crying. I really am. I'm really crying right now.
Well, so my point was that's Hollywood films and bad researched books and these tourist traps and these misguided behaviors of these people that just want to take advantage of. That is really what has driven the societal perception of voodoo.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
Okay. So, and like you said, you thought of the South, you thought of New Orleans.
I did,
that is synonymous with voodoo. And it actually is where voodoo entered the American realm. So that makes sense. Okay. So voodoo actually originated from an ancient kingdom called Dahomey. And we always apologize in advance for when we pronounce words because we're terrible at it.
But we do try.
Dahomey is present day Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
Area.
Okay.
And it derives from a Fon word for God or spirit. And it's called VooDoo. VooDou. VooDoo. And other accurate spellings are actually Vodun, which is Vodun, and Vodon, which is Vodon. But it was never voodoo, Voodoo. That's never what it was. And actually the voodoo is 100% sensationalist. It is a derogatory Western creation. Voodoo, as we know voodoo today.
Ah, okay. It's all Western. Like it's
all Western built.
It doesn't really have.
It's not real.
Gotcha.
It's not the real voodoo.
Okay, voodoo.
Yeah. By the people who really understand what voodoo is and what they believe in, and people we're going to talk about it in a second, just have taken advantage of people's ignorance of it.
So it's like it's a bastardization of
exactly
of what
precisely
the root was.
What the root was.
Yeah,
that's
it's like going to church only on Christmas.
Yeah,
like you're like this isn't really
that's not what Christianity is. Right. Christmas. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, kind of as I alluded to, voodoo really has nothing to do with all those simplistic false images that we see, and sticking pins into dolls and putting hexes on things and creating potions and turning innocent people into zombies, and like that's all totally fiction. It's all fiction.
Yeah, it tends to like err on the side of negative, doesn't it? Like it's always like more
turning my enemy, like revenge on my enemy, or
bones and like hurting people and doing bad things,
right?
Like trying to create something mean or bad.
That's right.
It's never anything good.
That's exactly what voodoo is.
But not
voodoo.
Voodoo.
Exactly.
Voodoo.
Exactly. It's actually an organized form of, so voodoo is an organized form of communal support that actually attempts to provide meaning to the human experience in relation to like the supernatural.
Oh,
so it tries to be a positive connection to the supernatural as opposed to this negative
putting
hexes
on
thingy.
Yeah,
exactly. Now, voodoo is essentially a monastetic religion, which is actually a religion that, focuses on one God, one spirit kind of thing. And it's known as Maulisa among the Fon, which is F-O-N, which is a group of people. The Orlan, which is among the Yoruba, and Bondi or Grand Met in Haiti. Haiti. Excuse me.
Okay. Hey, remember?
Yeah, you said Haiti.
Do you remember when I was fucking crazy in the beginning? And I was like, I think of like Haiti and like New Orleans and like.
Yeah, you were getting too on the nose. You're supposed to be like more Hollywood.
Sorry.
Okay. So
we have both of these these three groups, right?
Yeah, that kind of, yes, exactly. That kind of know this VooDoo.
Yeah.
Right. As truly what it originated to be. And so there's these temples where VooDoo is practiced. And really what they actually truly are outside of America are these really kind of simple buildings. And they're marked with images of Mary, Jesus, and Joseph. And inside these temples or altars are usually the center post and the structural support of this building. There's these two offerings, and they're called Iwa, I-W-A.
Okay.
And it's an offering to Iwa. That's the point of these temples. Iwa is like the spirit. It's like the
God.
entity.
Like the monotheistic God.
Exactly. Exactly.
God. Like we know God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so to find these VooDoo temples, you would look for these flags on these bamboo poles.
Ooh.
And they would put these flags out of them. And they would be in the yards of just like these normal looking homes. You would just see this bamboo pole and you see this flag sticking out of this pole. Well, what these did is they signaled that in that home was the residence of a priest or priestess of VooDoo.
Kind of like when you're going or you're walking in a different country and you see, I don't know, the spinning like white tube that has white and red and blue.
Yes, exactly. You know what that is.
It's a barber.
Right.
Or like a thing of beer. It's a bar or whatever.
Precisely.
Okay, cool.
Yes, that's right. And the flag colors would reveal what kind of VooDoo the priest or priestess practiced.
Oh, okay. So what genre?
Yeah, your genre. Yeah. So it kind of be like, do they specialize in cures, or do they specialize in blessings?
Gotcha.
That kind of thing. Now, but traditionally, it was just a white square flag. That's really traditionally what it was. And the reason it was white is because that represented purity and goodness and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's much way that the green is seen as a Muslim color. This white was seen as a VooDoo color.
Oh, cool.
Kind of how they related, right? So it was a very pure, clean, wholesome, loving form of religion.
Yeah, it's a religion.
Yeah.
Totally. Just like everything starts off. It was like, yeah, it's like
precisely the intent.
Yeah, the intention is always pure, right? It's like, and then we're just trying to understand the world around us and the things that we can't really put our finger on, we don't get.
And to try to help us live through the day or whatever.
And create community and,
connection.
Yeah, connection, similar belief system. Yeah, have a place where we can all meet.
And then someone's going to take it and elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, but then guess what? Someone's like,
Exactly.
I think I could. Let me twirl my mustache. I think I could make money at this.
Exactly.
Capitalism at its best.
Precisely.
And finest.
So Haitians walk into VooDoo temples for consultations every day.
Sure.
They pray and they sing and they talk and they wish, for lack of a better term, ask for
or like kind of
stuff
pray,
like you do to God,
you
do to God. Mm-hmm. And they will generally carry candles, spices, carvings, powders. These are kind of offerings of such.
Right, at the temples.
At the temples.
Those, when you walk in. So, okay, you're talking about the Haitians.
Uh-huh.
We were in Nigeria.
Yes.
So the Haitians are going to Nigeria, or the Haitians
they have these
their own version.
So they're all
VooDoo.
doing ultimately the same types of things. They just call them different words.
So they're different. Yeah. So it's just a different flavor of
different
VooDoo.
flavor.
Okay. So the Haitians
Precisely.
VooDoo, this is kind of they're more offering based, and they have their own version.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So possessions, and I'm not talking about possession that I hold in my hand. I'm talking about a physical possession.
Like demonic.
Like something else within me.
See, you know what? That's a great way to put it, because where my head goes is a Christian, like The Exorcist. Yes. I think possession, that must be the devil or a demon.
Right.
But in reality, it doesn't have to be negative.
Exactly.
It could just be something else taking residence.
Yes. So possession is a very important part and critical dimension of VooDoo.
Okay. I didn't know that.
And really, for anyone who doesn't understand it at its core, it is one of the least understood aspects of it, for exactly the reasons that you just spoke of. Because we, in the Western world, have zero connection to that possession other than the devil.
Yeah.
That is like the only reason you would be possessed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's no...
You're Blair on the bed.
You're right. Shooting like green pea soup out of your mouth.
Right.
But like, you know what I would love? Okay, here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you like to be possessed by? Like, you get to choose anyone, anything, whatever. Like, who would you be like, yeah, this is cool, or like, I'm curious, or whatever? Anything.
Like, what does that see? And what does it mean? Like, you would. What does
like
that
maybe
mean?
What kind of entity, or like
what would happen if
person.
the entity if possessed you? Like, would they?
Maybe you're like, I don't know. I want to see. I'd like to see how Elvis would. I don't know. I don't know where the fuck Elvis came from in that, but whatever he did. But I mean, like, something like that, like, or like maybe you're like, I'd wonder what my cat. Like, for me, I have a cat, Oliver. He'd probably just sleep.
It would totally be
everything.
It's so funny that you say that, because if I immediately go to animals. Like, can't think of a single person that I would want to be, but like animals, like I would want to connect at that level with animals.
I could, I think I'd probably trust my cat a little bit more than I trust humans.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's flip the script. Who would you want to possess? Let's say you could possess someone.
Animal.
Anyone. Like, there's no one that you would be like, I'd be curious about the way they live their life, or like.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, it can be a person.
That way.
Yeah. So you're the entity possessing. Who would you be?
Warren Buffett.
Yeah. He's such a fucking boring ass motherfucker.
Totally. But he's so smart.
Yes. He is smart.
Yeah, I don't think he has a fun life. Like, I know he goes like to Dunkin' Donut, and he gets a donut and a coffee, and he reads a paper, and he does.
And he goes to like a steakhouse in Nebraska.
Right. And like, lives in a little 1-bedroom house. And yeah. But I mean, just I think
you'd want to like experience his brain.
Like, I would want to probe his brain.
I want to probe your brain, Warren Buffett.
Yeah. I would just like to experience that genius.
Okay.
Not the life, just the genius.
See, that's beautiful. I would want to possess like someone who's fucking hot. like a really hot person. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. I just want to be them. Like
live
hot,
their life for a day.
hot and rich. And like just don't give a fuck.
Oh, that would be fun. I'm not
so
lie.
fun. Like I would, because look, like, and young, so I don't have any ailments.
Yeah.
Like all that.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably like send money or like take a bunch of cash out or something and like send it to myself.
That's hilarious.
So when I go back into my body, I could retrieve it.
Oh my God, you're hilarious.
So I do something like that. But I would just, I'd fucking live it up. Like maybe I'd be like some like douchebag dude with like a 6-pack, like fucking hot as shit, walking down the beach and be like, bam, ladies.
Oh my God.
Bam, man. Just no, everyone's like, you're hot. And I'd be like, thanks.
Oh my God.
You're right. You would not do that. You're so pure in heart. I'm more like
all superficial.
I'm like the superficial like New Orleans voodoo versus the VooDoo.
The Hades VooDoo.
The Haitians VooDoo.
That's
like
hilarious.
You and I, you're either one or the other. There's no in between.
That's awesome. That's fun. Yeah, I'd do it. So then you say, okay, well, like, what is the purpose of possession? Like, why?
Right. Yeah. Why would you
do that?
Yeah, because you're an entity, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need.
So both the Iowa, which is the spirit,
Yes.
and the community are affirmed. That is the purpose of possession. And if you look up the word affirmed in the dictionary, because I had to do that because I go, well, what does that really mean if you feel like you're affirmed, right? Well, the second definition, other than, so the first definition is something that is a state of fact. I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. The second definition is offer someone emotional support or encouragement.
Oh.
That affirmation, affirmed.
Affirmation.
The affirmation. So that's the point of the possession.
Okay, that makes it way less scary.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
So the participants transcend their corporal
body.
Yeah, exactly.
Material world.
Yes. By becoming spirits, and then the spirits renew their vigor by what they call dancing and feasting with the schwal, and that translates to horses. And so they believe that during possession that the Iowa rides the person like a cavalier rides a horse. That's the benefit.
Okay.
That's the benefit of the Iowa, to rejuvenate.
Wow.
And equally as important, possession is a time when the Iowa communicate in a tangible way with the people that are receiving answers to pressing questions. So the person gets answers from the Iowa, and the Iowa gets to rejuvenate through the energy of the person.
So for the Iowa, it is a spa day.
Yeah, exactly. It's the recharge day.
Yeah, where you're getting everything you need. You know. And then for the person, okay, so they have the answers. So like once they're possessed,
they're getting these answers.
They already know what the answers are. Are they aware when these
answers come? So they go into it with questions.
Right.
They come out of it with answers.
Okay, then what about, are they able to, like, when are they in a trance, or are they like they're gone? Like they don't know what's happening to their body, or are they like watching their body? Are they at all like aware of what's going on when they're being possessed?
That's actually a good question. Like what is the actual experience?
Yeah.
That I do not know the answer to.
And I'm sure it's probably different for everyone, right?
And that very well could be.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
That's really interesting. I never thought of possession as being
a positive thing.
We have so bastardized it.
Precisely. That's exactly right.
Wow.
So I think I mentioned this. VooDoo translates to God or spirit. That's what the word translates to. So what's interesting here is that when the slaves started coming to America,
yep,
they were coming from Haiti and Africa, and
they were being stolen
as pieces as goods.
Yes.
Could bring nothing with them. Right. Because they were property.
Right. No, they were oftentimes just ran down by people and literally like you were running for your life. You were fleeing to try to be because people would rat them out. Oh, these people live here. Like they're pretty strong. And then they'd get paid by these, smugglers.
Sure.
So the last thing that they're physically running from it. No one was willingly saying, "Oh, America, I've heard of that place." I want to try a new world. No one said that. It's fucked up. Yeah, they didn't have anything on them.
So in the early 1800s, New Orleans was getting really populated with slaves from Central Africa and the Caribbean. And because they were pieces of property, like I said, they couldn't bring anything with them. But what they did bring with them were their values and beliefs and the traditions and the religious practices, which was VooDoo.
Yeah.
That's what they knew. So then you say, well, then how was VooDoo created?
Right.
What was that transition?
Yeah.
And that answer starts and ends with Marie Laveau.
That bitch. That bitch.
Yeah. You heard of her?
Oh, she's on our list. She is on our list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to talk about her for a minute.
Okay, people. Get a drink.
Yeah.
The next minutes are going to be a little rough.
She's a
real piece of fucking work.
She's a piece.
She's a piece. She's a definite piece. Yeah.
Yeah, she was, the kind word would be complex.
I definitely thought you were going to go with a different C word.
Did you? Complex.
Yeah. You fooled me.
Which Marie Laveau, do you ask? Oh, did I not mention that there were 5?
Wait, there were 5 of them? Wait.
But we're going to talk about the first one.
Okay. Did I know that? No, I don't know if I did.
I bet you will. When I tell you why there was 5, I bet you'll know.
5.
So Marie Laveau, for those who might not know, was a dedicated practitioner of VooDoo and was also a prominent female religious leader and community activist, among many other things. Now, historical records state that Marie Catherine Laveau was born a free woman of color in New Orleans, in today's French Quarter, in Louisiana. And she was born on September 10th, 1801. Her mother, Marguerite de Cantel, was a free woman of color of Africa, European, and Native American ancestry. Now, because Laveau's mother was not married at the time of her birth, her father wasn't identified on her 1801 baptismal record. Now, a possible candidate is a man by the name of Charles Laveau. He's the son of Charles Laveau Tradu, and he is a white Louisiana Creole and politician. Now, other historians, they claim that Laveau's father was this free man of color named Charles Laveau. And much of the confusion is due to inconsistent spellings of all of these different names and different pronunciations of these names. And
sure, yeah.
And you're going to see in a lot of the things that we talk about today, nothing in her life is provable, for lack of a better term. Like nothing is like, it's just all like
lore,
like her whole freaking life.
Right, which would be helpful.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah. So Laveau started this beauty parlor where she was a hairdresser. And sure, she did hairdressing for the poor and, the lower class people. But she also did it for very wealthy families of New Orleans.
Right.
And she was very good at obtaining inside information on her rich clients at that beauty parlor. We all know how beauty parlors are full of
oh my God.
Lady gossip.
So much drama.
Lady drama and lady gossip.
But also male drama.
Oh, yeah.
But
drama's drama.
Drama's drama, but like at that time.
But back then, no
yeah,
men were
for
men.
sure.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And so then, she would get them from their servants, these rich women's servants, because she would do their hair too.
You know what? That's where you get the real fucking tea. Yes.
And she would give them steep discounts to get them in her chair.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes she would even like, they said it, I'm air quoting if you're not watching, cured mysterious ailments. And so then she would convince these people that she's like knew. And so then she would get trust.
Sure, yeah.
And then she could get all kinds of info.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you have a little tickle in your throat?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Try this magical. Yeah. Here, try this magic elixir.
Here. It's part I don't know. What is that? Arsenic. But it's okay. You'll be feeling great in no time.
Great.
Tell me all your secrets.
Just a few minutes.
Yeah.
So she used this information during her VooDoo consultations with wealthy women to obviously enhance her image as a clairvoyant. So, because she would say, whatever, XYZ, husband named blah, 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 which she only knew because she just did their help's hair 2 days ago.
Right. She knows the town. It's not like the towns are like as big as they are today. Also, I'm sure, okay, think about it. What do you want to do? Stand on your on your feet all day, doing people's hair? Like that's hard, really pretty hard work. Or do you want to make twice the amount of money and just use insider knowledge and information? And she was probably really good at talking to people and reading them.
Hells yes.
Which one are you going to pick? I'm going to pick the psychic every time.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Exactly. And so she made the money by selling her clients also what they were called, it's called a grigri. I think it's grigri, Gris. It's grigri, I think is how you pronounce it. And they're charms. And if you really, what they ultimately were in the true sense of the form are these little sacks that you would put little charms and things inside, seal it up, and wear it around your neck.
As like a protective.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Or a thing that will make your wishes come true, or, whatever. Right?
We still have those today, don't we?
Still today. Still today. So in her role as a VooDoo practitioner, customers would come to Laveau for help with like family disputes, health issues, finances. Yeah,
you name it.
You name it, exactly.
She was the woman who was like, oh yeah, word of mouth spreads pretty damn quick at a beauty salon.
That's right.
She's
and
trying to get into this.
When you know shit that you don't think you should know, then you are like it.
Yeah, she's already proven. She's been able to prove the fact that she knows what she's talking about.
That's right.
And people are like, oh my God, you have the answers to life?
Yes.
I've been looking for the answers.
And
I have
we've
some
talked
questions.
in other episodes before, if you want to believe something, then even the littlest thing will make you believe.
It's confirmation bias.
Yes.
Yeah.
Precisely. So she had him.
I mean, you have to appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't blame her.
So she would do these things at her own home. She would go to this thing called Go Square. She would go to Lake, was it Pontchartrain? Pontchartrain, I think, is the lake that's over there. She would do it over there. And she maintained her authority throughout her life and her leadership. There was one attempt that someone tried to challenge her status, for lack of a better term,
as a voodoo priestess.
Yes, in 1850, some other priestess were like, "Hey, bitch, you got it made." In her mind, she's thinking this, right? And like, you've got these suckers. So she's like, "I'm going to challenge you, and I'm going to like prove whatever, right? Like you are not.
I'm throwing down the gauntlet."
Yes, you fraud.
Yes.
Failed. I mean, because she just had so much.
She knew. She knows.
People just loved her.
Yeah, right? They loved her.
No, it's kind of like, I hate to say the word, the T word. People love him. He can do no wrong.
Oh,
do no wrong. Like Teflon.
Big old orange.
Teflon.
Yeah.
Teflon. So it's the same kind of concept. Like once you've got someone, it's like you could do no wrong.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. They put her on a pedestal. They believe anything that but she also was proving for a long time that she did know what she was talking about. So,
well, yes, she did know. She did her work.
Yeah. She did. She had ears and eyes probably all throughout. And she probably paid people off in order to do it.
Of course.
So it's not like she didn't actually earn that. Like she did earn that title.
She did. She did it. So,
So what happened when the woman challenged her? She was just like,
nothing.
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, nothing ultimately happened. Like she, just because people knew Marie so much and trusted her so much that was just kind of a non-event. They're like, please, girl. Good God,
no
girl.
one cares.
Good girl.
Good God, girl. Get a grip.
I need to have a little soundbite that does that.
We do.
It did nowhere. Her daughter, Marie Laveau,
Numero dos.
she was much more theatrical when her mom died. She just took the reins and she just made it like drama, like
Our kind of girl.
Yes, a theatros girl. Yeah, my kind of girl.
You are a thespian. She's throwing smoke bombs like, I feel the power within me. Judy started to have an affair on her husband last summer, and it's really Charlie's baby or whatever.
Right.
She just knew all the fucking tea and gossip.
Right. I think she's probably, imagine start using like little poppers and like smoke.
Just a whole wall of smoke comes up. She has like a hat and she's pulling like rabbits and
she was getting theatrical, girl.
I love it. Love it theatrical.
So there's like I said before, very little that can be factually substantiated with Marie Laveau. Like you go through records and like there's literally nothing that can be substantiated. Like nothing. But scholars think that she was actually a devout Catholic. And by combining Catholicism with VooDoo, she made something that was much more palatable. Oh. And so people could kind of just a little bit relate to it, but it was still very mysterious and odd. And so it became very sellable.
Right.
And so the other thing that was very interesting is you would read things and that Marie's character was a controversy. Like some people would go, oh yes, she's like this awful and despicable woman and ruthless and awful. And then other people would go, oh, well, no. She was so marvelous and she was a servant of the people. And like her whole life was a conflict. Like no matter what you read, like you could find the opposite of everything.
Because when you started talking about her, I'm like, she's a bitch. And that's like all like that she was really crass and mean and like would torture people and like really, really bad. But you're talking about someone who like honestly, like the way that you're talking about her, I'm more apt to believe that she's a normal fucking person who probably had a lot of enemies because she
trying to take advantage of people.
Well, of course, but she also was making like think about it. She was a black woman in New Orleans in the 1800s, you know, a free woman.
Doing what she could to survive.
Making money.
Yeah.
Like, God forbid something like that happens. Like
from wealthy white women.
From taking these, you know, the money of these like wealthy families and making a name for herself. And everyone's oh my gosh, yeah, well, Marie told me that if we want to have a baby, we have to do, you know, we have to do this. And like, John's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you've spent how much money with Marie? Like, are you like, of course she's going to have enemies. She's a successful woman. She's a successful black woman.
Yeah, precisely.
She can only have enemies.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking awful, but especially then.
Yep. So an example of her being a selfless servant of people. So in 1952, it's reported that people had observed her paying regular visits to these two men that were in jail.
Okay. And
at the time, executions were public. And at this moment of this execution, it is, and I'm air quoting again, documented because, you know, things conflict in her life, that the sky gets kind of dark and mysterious. And when they're when they hang these two men, both of their ropes slip and they don't die. And as a result, aren't executed. And from that point, it is written that event is what started the Louisiana ban on public executions.
What?
Right.
So she had been visiting these guys. And do we know what these guys were in? Like,
I do not know the circumstances of their execution.
I mean, I don't know. Not playing devil's advocate, but like the fact that we don't know the circumstances says that it was probably not a heinous crime.
But they were getting executed.
Yeah, but what if they're just black men that were, you know, went into the wrong shop?
Fair.
Or like looked at someone, you know, across the street and someone said that it was like...
some white woman goes, oh yeah, they're looking at me wrong.
Yeah. Oh, they were undressing me with their eyes. It's like, bitch, no one wants to undress you with their eyes, okay?
Cow.
Yeah, you are gross. But like, could be something like that.
True.
So they were like being unjustly...
Right, so then you go... Okay, well, she was a servant of the woman.
Yeah, maybe
she's saving
she was
someone innocent.
And then, but also, like, why was she there? What was she doing? Was she giving them pointers? Are there ways that you can
slip it?
Yeah, well, like slip, or like help
do something
news. Like
maybe she knew something about.
Or maybe she slipped something to a guard or something, you know, and was trying to help them.
Yeah, make it loose or.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, but they for sure.
But either way, people were like, just more proof.
Yeah, more proof, and also maybe there's some. I can. Marie was fucking smart. Okay. Was this Marie 2 or Marie 1?
This was Marie 1.
This was Marie 1.
Yeah.
Okay, Marie 1 was like super well respected. People liked her. She probably just was a good confidant, especially for like these women in this town.
She knew how to talk to people.
She knew how to talk to people and how to listen, because that's really what a psychic's
That's
like.
right. That's right. They listen and they observant.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, you have her and she's probably subtly like saying, oh, this probably isn't right, this isn't right. And so like she's influencing. That's the thing, is like she has so much influence over this fucking town and like over these people that they're like, oh, public executions are pretty wrong. I mean, Marie was the one who planted that fucking idea into your head, would not surprise me. Like I don't think that's a coincidence. Like she seems like, I don't know, maybe I'm a Marie fan now.
I don't know, right? Well, I guess that's kind of supports the point of there are two absolute sides of the coin with her.
Yes. Yeah.
And there is nothing in the archives that proves it either way.
Yeah.
That's what's so jacked, actually.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Just like people, like none of us are like wholly innocent or wholly guilty.
So in her old age, she was too old to practice. And so her daughters, would take over her identity to continue the dynasty. Hence the 5 Maries.
Did she have 4 daughters?
Well, that's the other thing. I didn't go much into it, but when you read it, like documents said that she had something like, God, I don't want to make this up, but I am going to make it up because I can't remember the number. But it's like 13 kids.
Sure.
But there was like only technically proof of like, I don't know, 8, 7.
Sure.
It was all jacked up. And that was the tradition then, was that your daughters would be named, I guess, after your mother, something about that. And then, or Marie, I can't honestly remember it exactly, but that's why she ended up having like 3 daughters named Marie.
Oh, because like you had to like
that was the thing.
Yeah, you had to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course they saw what a meal ticket she had, and so they're like, "Bitch,
we have a family business.
I'm gonna keep going, girl."
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have to do any other work. The name is already there.
Yes.
Oh, are you the original?
Exactly.
Are you the original? This is the original. Oh, this is the house of the original.
Yes, I'm Marie. Yes, I'm Marie Laveau.
Oh, you're Marie Laveau. You're the Marie Laveau?
Yes, I am the Marie Laveau.
One of 3. Shh, don't say that.
So, Laveau's name and her history, they've obviously been, like you said earlier, been completely surrounded by legend and lore. Mm-hmm. Now, she's generally believed to have been buried in plot 347 in the Galopian family crypt in the St. Louis Cemetery, number 1, New Orleans. But even that has been disputed. And that was kind of recently disputed by a guy named Robert Talent, and he's a journalist, and he used her character in one of his novels. Mm-hmm. And those geeks, they geek out and they research the shit out of shit, and they're like, that's not true. You know what I mean? So
yes, actually it was St. Louis, exactly. Not St. Louis. It's like, shut up.
So again, just another element in her life that is disputed.
She was like bigger than life, and like
bigger, yes, than life.
The only way to survive for a long time is to be a lore or a legend, to not have everything documented correctly.
Well, you couldn't survive very well as a black woman in the 1800s.
Fuck no. Yeah, you want to keep people guessing. It's what is that saying, like like while you're drinking or something, like don't talk a lot. It's fucking Hemingway quote. I can't think of it. I cannot think of it. But it's basically like saying, like, kind of don't show your hand. Like the more you talk, the easier it is for people to see how fucking stupid you are. So it's like the same thing with Marie Laveau. It's like, the moment people start to see or like know a little bit too much about her, then they'd be able to tell her tells, or like be able to tell like, oh, she's kind of full of shit. Like
True.
like less the better.
True. Or the more conflictive, the better. right?
Right, because then you keep
Can't
people
prove
guessing.
anything.
Yes, exactly. And you don't want things to be provable.
No, that's the key to her success.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to know how to get a wish granted to this very day by Marie Laveau?
Oh my God. Ooh, yes, of course I do.
There's a way.
Really?
Uh-huh.
People say it still happens, huh?
Does.
Okay, how does it happen?
So this is a decades old tradition.
Okay.
So you're going to go to her grave and you're going to draw an X on the tomb. Then you're going to turn around 3 times. Does this sound like something familiar?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Then you knock on the tomb and you yell out your wish.
Oh my God.
If the wish is granted, the wish becomes granted whenever.
Right.
You have to go back to the grave. You have to put a circle around your ex that you put on
So you have to remember
stone. You have to remember your ex.
Yeah.
And you have to leave her an offering. And if you don't, there will be consequences.
Ooh, you're doomed. It's like that genie, like the double-sided like wish.
Uh-huh.
You know, with like genies and stuff. How it's like, I want, a car, I want the best car. And it's like, it's like awful. It's a jalopy. It doesn't work well or whatever, but it's like the best looking car. So it's like, if you don't follow through with the offering and like whatever, then what? Like your wish becomes your nightmare?
I guess
Something.
you don't want to find out.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's like with any lore or cult or whatever, like it's the unknown that scares you.
Oh, yeah.
And that you don't want to you don't want to know.
It's that battle within your brain. Yeah.
Yep.
It's like what you can come up.
That's what keeps you
Yes.
going.
That's crazy. Would you do that? Would you go to her?
Oh, hell no. I mean, I would go just to see all the X's.
But you
because it'd be
wouldn't-
fascinating. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't freaking do it.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
You wouldn't say cock-a-doodle-doo or whatever?
No, because here's the thing.
What?
I don't want to participate in something that could be real. Like, I don't think it's real, but what if it is? Like, I don't want any part of that. Like, I don't even want to be connected. Like, am I committed to you? You know what I mean? Like, no.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And
You don't
Hollywood's
want
got me fucked up, too, because then
Yeah.
you see, like, well, once you get in bed with the devil, then...
Oh, so that's where it's coming from. Not like I don't like I would want to owe anyone anything. You don't want the strings attached to
No
it.
string. Exactly.
Gotcha.
Is it worth it? It's not worth the strings.
It's never worth it.
No, never worth ever worth
No,
it.
it's never worth it.
Have you ever seen a voodoo doll?
Yes.
Have you ever held a voodoo doll?
Yes.
Have you ever used a voodoo doll?
No. Maybe I have.
Have you ever poked a voodoo doll? I mean, like, have you,
You
stuck
know
a pin in a
what?
voodoo
You know
doll?
what? I actually think that me and my friends as kids, like when you like tried the Ouija board for the first time.
Yeah.
I wonder if I feel like we made a
Tried to make a
voodoo
voodoo
doll,
doll.
and like out of popsicle sticks or something. I was
Sure.
like, this is
Yeah.
Jan.
Sally.
Yeah.
Stick it in your
Here.
butt.
Yeah, here's in your butt and your eyes and your stupid face, Like,
Yeah.
I hope you break your leg.
Right.
Like, how awful is that? Ugh, but it's such a kid thing to do. I think that was the first time I ever touched one.
Excuse me. It is a complete
Creation.
Hollywood creation.
So that never,
Never.
I mean, it is a cool story.
Nothing. Has nothing to do with anything. It is a Hollywood voodoo shenanigans.
So, yeah, all smoke and mirrors. No.
Smoke and mirrors. Like drama.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty dramatic.
It is dramatic. It makes for good
It's a great imagery.
imagery.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
I didn't know that. I thought it was
Now,
voodoo.
it was literally denounced and declared irrelevant by those in high priesthood in Louisiana voodoo. That's how fake it is.
Like, this is so
But
dumb,
they
guys.
don't not sell them,
Oh my God, of course they're going to be sold.
BT dubs.
Uh-huh.
They actually have vending machines in Britain that have voodoo dolls in them.
That is so weird.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It makes people feel like, but you know what? It makes people feel like they have control.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Although some people, well,
like a stress ball.
Like anything, people just use it for evil too.
Yeah, that's very true. Negative intentions, yeah.
As with everything in the world, fill in the blank, may be leveraged for good or evil. Right. That's the point, right?
Yeah, totally.
So this guy named Rob Gilmore, he's this high priesthood in Louisiana voodoo. And he said, quote, this is quote, "It blows my mind that people still believe voodoo dolls are related to voodoo. Hollywood really did a number. We do not stab pins in dolls to hurt people. We do not take your hair and make a doll and worship the devil with it and ask the devil to give us black magic to get our revenge on you. It is not done. It won't be done, and it will never exist for us."
Okay, Rob, way to make it sound stupid.
But it, like I said,
it sounds really stupid the way that he puts it. It's like, you're right. Why do I believe that? That is really fucking dumb.
But like I said, it doesn't stop people from making them and selling them and,
No,
exploiting the weak-minded.
Yeah.
But like I said, people will take anything good. That's the moral of this story. People take something. We started the story with very lovely religion, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And ended with horror.
Yeah, it really shifted and changed. Like something that was just
She took advantage of it. She took advantage of people.
Yeah.
She saw that people didn't, she knew about VooDoo.
Mm-hmm.
She knew that these rich white people knew nothing about it. She saw an opportunity. She created this preposterous thing.
Yeah.
And it's just propagated ever since. And like Robbie said, that Hollywood did us no favors. They just, they took it and rolled with it. And you can't blame Hollywood either, because that's their business. But
I mean, Hollywood does that with any religion,
anything.
with anything. Like, it's never accurate.
Right.
But it's interesting. Like, it is a beautiful religion.
Yes, when you know the deep down root of it.
It's really nice.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm. You understand why people would want to be involved with it.
Just know that Louisiana voodoo is shenanigans.
Yeah. VooDoo is legit.
Yeah. Right.
But I would watch one of those ceremonies that they do.
The VooDoo?
The dancing.
The VooDoo or
horses.
the VooDoo?
VooDoo.
Yeah, no.
That would be interesting.
I think it would be interesting.
But yeah, it's not this like negative space.
No.
Gosh, how interesting is that?
Isn't
That's
it?
so great. Yeah.
I never really knew
About
that.
VooDoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating.
I love it. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that story with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Glad I got to.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks. Meanwhile, a little housekeeping. Go and give us a little rating on wherever you're listening. Mm-hmm. If you love it, give us 5 stars, 10,
Please.
20, or 1.
Or a little thumbs up if that's applicable.
Thumbs up, yes, or thumbs down.
Yeah,
comment. Give us a comment.
React.
Yeah, but you can find us at www.thebazaaraf.com and The Bazaar AF on all your social media: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get us anything anywhere from our website.
Absolutely.
Yes, and you can give us a call.
You can give us a call if you go on our website. Yeah. We'll play it.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.